Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? My name's Paul. I'm with the Dicey Review, and tonight I am super excited because I'm getting to stream 11 from Portal Games. Now, this is a new game that's going to be coming out from Portal. In fact, it's going to be going live on Gamefound tomorrow, but we got a little bit of an early access code to TTS to be able to play this game, and I've been playing it some, and it's really a lot of fun. So I wanted to hop on because I finally got access to the solo mode of the game as well. So hopefully this video will be helpful to let you kind of see how it plays, maybe learn a little bit about how the game works. A few things I would like to say about the game is that it is not final. So this is the kind of the reviewer's version, the pre-production version of 11. And so there may absolutely be some changes that happen between now and when this final finished product is delivered to the lovely backers. So that being said, it is pretty close to final from what I've been told, and hopefully this will give you a good idea of how to play the game, like I said. So it's been a while since I've streamed on my channel. I apologize for that. My brother and I have been really busy streaming for Portal every other week, but my channel, I haven't streamed much. I've been mainly doing like pre-planned content and things like that, because my streaming setup is a little bit wonky right now for actual physical board games. So I haven't been doing that, but tonight I figured I would go ahead and stream the TTS version of 11, just because it's quite a bit of fun, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. I like the game quite a bit. I'm excited to see the changes that they come out with for the finished product, but I've had a blast just playing this version as well. And the solo mode is pretty challenging, so not a lot is different with the solo mode as opposed to the multiplayer mode. You basically just have to try and get to a certain amount of points. So if we look at the solo scenario sheet right here, it's set up like a scenario. We basically have to try and reach the level of at least an inexperienced manager, which is 24 points plus. And we can't get relegated, meaning we cannot lose. And I know what relegated means because I've been watching Ted Lasso. But that's the only reason why I know what relegated means. But other than that, we are pretty much ready to go. I think the best way to explain how to play this game is to just kind of talk through it as we play, because the game is set up where basically we are we're the leader of a football franchise, a soccer franchise, and we're trying to guide our franchise to success through the length of a season. The season is going to take 8 weeks. That's how many rounds are in the game. And in each round, there will be 5 phases lining up with the different days of the week and the weekend as well. So we can go ahead and talk through those different steps, and hopefully it'll make more sense as we kind of play. We'll go through the week, and then at the end of the week, we'll have a little soccer mini game where we actually get to play a match, which is awesome. So that being said, we've already done our setup. Basically, at the start of the game, we get dealt a couple of objective cards that we can complete during the game. So I've picked one of the 2 that were dealt to me. Basically, my goal in this game is at some point to score 6 goals in a match, and if possible, also win that match. And that would give me like the ideal point value of 4 points at the end of the game. And then in addition to that, I've been dealt this tactic card, which gives me a little bit of a special advantage before matches, where I can get a little bit of a bonus if I have people in my stands, which is something that we can talk about during the game. So all the setup has been done. At the start of the game, we are dealt some directors. These are kind of the overarching people who make decisions about our club. These are the 3 specific directors that we're supposed to start with in the solo game, and they indicate, kind of affect our stats. At the start of the game, you start off with a straight up 2 on everything, but the directors that you get at the start of the game can determine how those stats change. For instance, these 2 directors gave me a +1 to green, but then I got a -1 to green. So as you can see, these different director cards kind of change up your starting stats as well. So that being said, we are ready to kind of jump in and just go through a match, go through a week, and see how it plays. Hey Ruby, how's it going? If you are here watching during the stream, I would love to say hey to you. Just say hey in chat, and I will just tell me how your night's going. If you are not, if you are watching this later, hopefully this will still be helpful. The Gamefound campaign does go live tomorrow. So I'm hoping to have this video posted in time for people to be able to kind of watch how the game plays so that they can get a good idea of if it would be interesting for them to pick up. All right, so that being said, we're ready to get started. Basically, the way this game works, like I said, is at the start of every week, you have different phases. The first step of every game is you have your Monday, which starts off with production, and then you have a board meeting. So the first step is production, and you just get the resources that are shown on your tracks. So this top track is Euro, money. This next track is fan base, which is kind of like your fan support. This green resource is operational resource, and then the blue resource is fitness. And all of these resources are used for kind of different things that we can talk about as we go through the game. So I'll go ahead and get the resources that I was supposed to get. I get 3 blue, 1 red, 3 green, and 2 money. So money is going to be a bit tight at the start of the game, so I may start off by getting some money. You can do that by getting a sponsor in this game. This game is super thematic. There's all kinds of really cool elements that I really like about it. And a lot of these thematic tie-ins are really neat that I haven't really seen in many like sports simulation games, which is awesome. And I also haven't seen just many games like this period. So this one's a really cool game. But starting off the week with some production and then a board meeting for me is a very cool thematic touch. So the next step is our board meeting. And for the board meeting, what you do is you simply draw a card off the top of the board meeting deck, and then you have to resolve that card. So each board meeting card is going to have some type of an event or some type of thing that happens, a challenge that is posed. So for instance, this one says, magnificent shoes. Our sponsor wants our team to wear their shoes. Good deal for the club, but the players won't like it. What to do? Well, we don't necessarily get to make that decision. We have to let our directors make that decision. And how that works is we roll a 6-sided die, and then we roll a 3. So what we do is we look at our directors' cards, what color all of their number 3 lines up to be. So we have 2 blue and a yellow. That means that the blue option will win if we roll a 3 because it's 2 to 1. So we go up to our card and we see what the blue option is. So the blue option is don't go with these shoes. Our players want to choose their own shoe sponsor, which would give us a good effect if we had a player card. We don't have any player cards yet, so this event just kind of doesn't do anything for us just yet. We would get to place a temporary strength on one of our player cards. Actually, that might be a permanent strength. But that event doesn't resolve because we don't have any player cards. I hope you had a good day too, Ruby. I have had a pretty good day. It's been a good holiday weekend. Hopefully you've had a good weekend as well. So after we resolve our board meeting step, we then move into our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday step. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is basically where we just take one action each day. So this is kind of the action for the round. Each player will take 3 actions per round. You have the possibility to take 1 extra action per turn. So you can take a total of 6 actions, but you have to spend green cubes to take extra actions. So the actions that we can take starting off on Tuesday, a lot of them relate to this board. We can either hire players, we can hire staff, or we can contract sponsors, which players give us better options on the pitch. All of our starting players are kind of weak level 1, strength 1 players. They're attackers or defenders, but we can go out and buy our superstar players that will give us basically big name players that can give us better stats and special abilities and things like that. For instance, this card would give us Johansson, who gives us a strength of 2 up on the top right and a special ability that we can activate during the match if we pay a green resource. But it costs €3 to hire this player. So you kind of have to think through which players you hire and which players you want to kind of develop and train. I'm going to need to score 6 goals in a game, so I need to make sure that I have more attackers, if at all possible. So Lewandowski right here looks pretty interesting to me because he's a midfield attacker with a strength of 2 that I could potentially upgrade, so that might happen for me. You can also hire staff. Staff will give you all kinds of cool abilities. They have set collection at the end of the game. So for instance, at the bottom of this card, if you collect 4 yellow staff members, you could have up to 5 points. If you collect 2, you could have up to 2 points. But they also give you cool bonuses and actions that you can take during the round. And then sponsors is a really cool thematic touch to the game as well. This is probably going to be my first step because I need money. You can contract sponsors from the 3 right cards. You can hire the 3 right staff, 3 right players. These are kind of the sections that we can pick from unless we have special abilities. These sponsors are really cool. You can either select a sponsor to become your t-shirt sponsor, which will give you the money and production on the far right under the t-shirt symbol, and it will give you a bonus, which is shown on the middle of the card there. Or you can make it an ad board sponsor, so you put it up on an ad board in your stadium and it gives you the middle money bonus, or you can select the bonus at the bottom. Or you can just do a megaphone sponsor, which is the megaphone symbol on the left, giving you some money, and then you don't gain the bonus on the card. So you have options when you pick a sponsor. For me, the home beers sponsor kind of looks interesting to me because it gives me 2 red resources and an increased red production resource. And this is something that looks really appealing to me because I have a tactic card that that does well if I fill up the stands, which requires red resources. And then also the scenario will give you a bonus if you are able to play at least 3 games in a sold out stadium, which is having all 4 stands with 4 people in those stands. So I think what I'm going to do as my first action of the game is I'm going to contract a sponsor. So I'll go ahead and contract Home Beers. The fans love to drink this local beer during halftime. You would make yourself very popular. Let's just hope the players won't have to visit too many sponsored events. So I'll pick this card. And when you pick a sponsor card, like I said, you can either place it as a t-shirt sponsor, which that locks that spot for the whole game, or you can make it an ad board sponsor, which you only have 2 of those spaces unless you unlock a 3rd space through a separate action that you can take. And having this as the bonus is actually a really appealing option for me. I think I'm gonna do this for the t-shirt side because I'll get the money and the increased money production on the right under the t-shirt, and then I'll also get the bonus of getting 2 red resources and increasing my red production by 1. So I'll go ahead and resolve the money thing under the right of the t-shirt as well. So I'll get 2 more on my money production. I'll get 1 more money. Anytime you see a symbol with a circle around it, that means increase the production. Anytime you see just a symbol without a circle, it says get that resource. So for instance, under the bonus, it says gain 2 hearts without a circle, which hearts match up to the red fan symbol. So I get 2 red resources, and I get to increase my red production by 1. And since I've made it a t-shirt sponsor, I also get €1 and €2 production. So that's my first turn. Now, if you want to, after any turn, you could spend 2 green resources to take a free action, which you can use free actions to only activate card actions or token actions if you've built tokens onto your stadium, which we can talk about in a little bit. But I don't think I want to do that yet because this guy's action just lets me train a player. Now I could use this lady's action right here to discard the staff and hire from the 5 new staff, but I think I'm going to hold off for now on doing that because I think I want to hire a player next. Ruby, you don't have to pay for the sponsor cards. Those are the only ones that you don't have to pay for. That's kind of how you get money in the game. The other cards you do absolutely have to pay for. You have to pay for the players and the staff. So after you select a card, everything moves to the right, which means that this People's News sponsor card gets available for you to pick. So that's my first action. I'm not going to take any extra action, which means I move to Wednesday. So for my next action, I have a little bit of money. I don't have a ton of money, but I do have a little bit of money. And I think I want to go ahead and hire a player because I could then use this trainer to kind of level that player up. Whenever you look at player cards, they have 2 levels. They have an untrained side and then a trained side where you flip them and they become more powerful, which you're going to see very shortly, I believe, because I'm going to go ahead and hire this player. So he costs €3. You can see up on the top left to hire this player. So I'm going to go ahead and hire him. Now he's a midfielder. You can tell that because the middle of the field is highlighted on that card. And that means that this player has to stay in the midfield section of the soccer field of the pitch. Usually these cards will line up with a player with a number that you have on your on your pitch. So for instance, this guy would be number 7 or number 8 or 6. And then you would just change that jersey on your field to match whatever the player card says. But this player actually has a number above 11, so we're going to have to get a special jersey marker for him. So if you go up here, you can see there are special blank jerseys that you can place for this player. Now we do have to get rid of one of our other players. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, I guess, number 8 for right now. Because you always have to have 10 players on the field. Well, 11 including the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper isn't in this game. So on your board, you'll always have 10 players. And this blank jersey now is represented by Lewandowski. So he's a strength 2, and he's actually an attacker. You can see by that soccer ball. So I flipped over this jersey to show that he's an attacker, which is good because attackers are able to score goals, which is what I want to do because my objective card says score 6 goals in a game and if possible win that game. So I've taken my main action of hiring a player, and I think what I want to do is I want to spend 2 green resources to activate a special action, which you can do on each of your turns if you want to. Now, like I said, you can spend those green resources to either activate a card or a token. So I could either activate this lady right here because she says action on it to do a thing that she says, or I could activate this guy, which I definitely want to do. So this guy's action is really cool because it says train a player, then you may place 1 fitness from the supply on his player card, which fitness is needed to use him in the match. So that's really good. Now it does cost a fitness to activate this action. You can see over on the left, there's a little buff strength guy symbol. And so I will have to pay a blue resource to activate this action, but I think it's worth it because I get to hire him and then immediately train him. So to train a player, you flip him over onto his other side. And this guy is awesome because he has a special ability that says he can just score an additional goal in a match if you put enough blue resources on him. So I may want to try and get 1 more blue resource so that I can activate him each round because it actually costs, oh no, I have enough because my card just said place a blue resource from the supply on him. So we'll talk about this more whenever we have our little pre-match steps here, but you have to put a blue resource on everybody to activate them and use them in the match. So that's perfect because I have enough to activate him and then 2 additional strength to use his special ability, which is fantastic. So those are that's my main action and my free action on Wednesday, and now I'm in Thursday. So you can only use cards once per round, so this guy's used now. Oh, and I also need to keep track. So there's a maintenance track over here. You have to actually kind of pay your staff and you have to pay upkeep costs for the different things that you have, your staff and your players and your stadium infrastructure. So I now have 1 player, so I'm going to go ahead and move up my player maintenance track over here. At the end of each round, if you're in the yellow, you don't have to pay anything. If you're in the red, you have to pay €1 upkeep for each section. And then if you're in the green, you have to pay €2 for each section. So you could potentially be paying €6 per round in upkeep costs if you're really maxed out your team. I'm okay for now, but we'll see. And then I actually have to get rid of the money because I used all this money to hire my player. So I'm going to get rid of these €3 here. And my last action, what do I want my last action to be? I can't use my red to take any actions at the moment. I don't have any money to hire anybody, so really what I might do, honestly, and I know this seems kind of like a lame action, I might just try and increase my stats. One of the other actions that you can take on your turn, you can get cards from the board in a number of different ways. You can either hire staff, or you can hire players, or you can contract a sponsor. So one good choice here as well is I could go and get a sponsor and just get more money. That wouldn't be bad. But I think what I might try and do is go ahead and increase my stats if I can, because if I can have more red production, that would be pretty great. So one of the other actions that you can take is you can try and increase your stats. You can pick any one of the red, green, or blue tracks and roll a die, and if you roll higher than your current production, you get to move that up by 1. So for instance, I want to pick red and see if I can get that stat up to 3, and I'm just going to roll this red die and see what I get. I got a 3 exactly, which is fantastic. If I had gotten a 2 or a 1, it wouldn't have worked. But since I got a 3, I get to move this production up by 1. So that's my last action. I don't have enough green resources to take an extra action. Not that I have any money or anything like that to do it anyway, but that's pretty much all I can do for this round, which moves us into the weekend, which is match day, where we will go ahead and prepare for playing a match. And this is a really cool, probably my favorite part of the game. When you're playing a match, you basically have to decide a number of different things. You have to decide which players you want to activate for the match. As we get more and more players, we will pick which players we want to start the game and play the game. And each player you want to activate, you have to put 1 blue fitness cube on to activate them for the match. Now, Lewandowski already has a blue cube because he got one from his training ability that we did a bit earlier. And in addition, some players might have extra abilities that they can activate. So Lewandowski says he can play, but in addition, I can also put 2 more blue resources on him, and he can just straight up score a goal. And this would be in addition to him scoring potentially because of what happens during the match. So I'm going to do that because I don't have any other players to activate. So I want to go ahead and activate him and use his special ability. So I'm going to put 3 total cubes on him to let him play and activate his ability. He's got a strength of 3, which is great because all of my other base guys just have a strength of 1. And then I also have to decide kind of how I want my field to be set up. So you get a little scouting report from your other team before you play. We are playing SFC, which is something, I don't remember the name. This club promoted last season. Their only star is their right midfielder. He usually scores at least 1 goal. And they play a 4-4-2. So that means that I need to try and defend on the right wing in the midfield if possible. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and shift one of my defenders over to the right wing in the midfield. And then they play a 4-4-2, which means that they will have 4 players up top, 4 players in the middle, and 2 players on the bottom. So I think having all of these people down on the bottom might be a little bit of overkill. Now, if you have specific players that you're activating each round, you can't move your players all around. So for instance, if I had a special number 5 player that said he had to stay in the defense area, I wouldn't be able to move him. But since this is just a base guy, I can move him anywhere I want to. And I think I'm going to go ahead and move this guy and this guy up to the forward position to try and defend a little bit against their attackers. So this guy will be up here in the wing. And now I'm also playing a 4-4-2 to try and defend against his scorers, and I have a whole lot of attackers in the forward and midfield. So hopefully I'm going to be able to score a lot of goals and win this match. We will see how I do. My goal, like I said, my objective in this game is to score 6 goals in 1 match. And I can just leave this face up. It's not like I'm playing anybody else. Score 6 goals in at least 1 match and also win that match. Now, I think with my tactic card, once I get my fan base upgraded a little bit, where I have, if I have 3 fans in the stand, I can score a goal. That will help me meet that objective, but it might be a couple of rounds before I can do that. So the next step, the next thing we can do is we can place fans in our stands, and this is very cool because at the end of the match, any fans that have come to our stadium will pay us money for tickets, right? So I get one euro for each fan that's in my stands. And there are also some players and tactic cards and things like that that actually have abilities based on how many fans are in the stands. So if you have a full house with like 3 out of the 4 stands packed, their kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Their kind of adrenaline and boost in energy might give your players the boost they need to score an extra goal, just really try their best. So it's kind of a cool thematic tie-in that you can do as well, in addition to the scouting report. I like it quite a bit. So now that we've done that, I don't think there's anything else we need to do to prepare for the match. So after that, all you do is you flip over the card and see what the other team did. So you compare your zones against the other player's zones. So there are 9 total zones. There's left, center, and right on each of the 3 sections, and you compare each one of them. So on the top left, there's 2 defenders here, and when there's 2 defenders, they're just defending, nobody's attacking, so nothing happens, nobody scores. Once you get into a zone where you have attackers, then things start to happen. So, for instance, Right here, they have one defender against one of my attackers, which means that defender blocks my attacker. And then we both have two unblocked attackers. Basically, we have two attackers that don't have anybody with a shield guarding them. So that means that we will both score because nobody's defending anybody on that other player. So we're now at a score of 1-1. Now, if we look at the top right, that is a defender against a defender, so nothing happens. Then if we look at the left middle, they've got a strength of 1 against my strength of 1. Let me make sure. Yeah, Lewandowski is 68. So it's a strength of 1, which means that nobody scores. Then in the middle, I have 2 unblocked goals, which is fantastic. So I have 2 attackers and they have no defenders right there, which means that I scored 2 goals. And in addition to that, Lewandowski has his special ability that says just score a goal during the match. So I get 1 extra goal because he activates. Now, on the right side, this is where they were talking about their right midfielders. They are very strong. So they have a strength of 2 and a strength of 1, which means since they have a strength 2 attacker against my strength 1 defender, they will just beat that player if I defend him. So instead, I'm going to let this player defend the strength 1 attacker so they can only score 1 goal because the strength 2 guy gets by. He's not blocked. So that happens. Then if we go to the bottom, we've got 1 attacker and 1 defender against 1 attacker and 1 defender, which means those people will pair up against each other and nobody scores. So at the end of the match, we have a score of 4-2, and I won that game. Now, I didn't get to my 6-goal objective that I was trying to meet, but that's okay, because I won the match, which is how you get to the higher parts of the leaderboard. So after the match is over, you roll the consequence die to see kind of what happens. Let's see what I get. I got a 4, which in the win column, which I won, a roll of 4 allows me to increase my green production by 1, which is pretty great. I will take that. Now, if I had rolled something that I don't like a 1, 2, or 3 that would give one of my players an injury, you can use red cubes as a re-roll resource if you don't like a die roll. So I could have used that if I wanted to. But that being said, I'm pretty okay with just increasing one of my production. That's not bad at all. I will also get 2 money because I had, oh, hold on, let me lock this board. I will also get 2 money because I had 2 fans in the seats, which is great. So at the end of the match, any fans that you had in the stadium will give you money. So I'll get €2 for that. And now we have to update the standings board. So this is another really cool part of the game. At the end of each, at the end of each match, you will, let me lock all this stuff. At the end of each match, you will go ahead and resolve the standings for all of the different teams. So the way you do that is the team that you played will have their standings resolved based on what happened in your match, which the team that I played had a loss, and it was, let's see here, Steel Chester Football Club, SFC. So SFC, which is right here, doesn't move at all because they had a loss, and any team that you play gets flipped. They don't get rolled the next time by these dice, which you'll see what that does here in a second. And all of the rest of the teams we roll to see what happened for them. So this blue team right here, Cornfield, we will roll for them. We had a win for Cornfield, so anytime you get a win, you move 1, 2, 3 spaces. Now we'll roll for all of our greens. Nope. First green, they had a loss. With this solo scenario, anytime you get a loss for the first time, you have to re-roll it. So I'll go ahead and re-roll that. And they get a draw instead of a loss, which is better. Anytime you have a draw, you move 1 space. Now we'll roll for the next green team, a draw for 1. Final green team, they had a loss. First loss, we re-roll. They had a draw instead. And then now we'll roll for the red team. So we had a win. We had a draw. Final roll for a red team, we had another win. And then our standings, we won, so we'll move up 3 spaces for my green team here. And that's pretty much the whole round in a nutshell. That's 1 round. So now that we know what we're doing, those will go a lot quicker. So the last thing that we have to do is we have to kind of do some upkeep. Any cubes that were used get put back in the supply, which I'm going to start just piling these over here. Any cards that we used get refreshed. and then we discard the rightmost card from each of the rows and shift cards over. And then we pay any upkeep costs if we have them. Now, I don't think I have to pay any upkeep costs just yet because I don't have enough players, staff, or stadium upgrades to do that, but we'll see. Let's go down here and check our upkeep costs. So we don't have anything in the red just yet, so I think we're good. We don't have to pay any upkeep costs, so we can just move to the next round. And the next round starts the same way as our previous round. We do production first, and then we do a board meeting. Now, anything that's not money, you can only keep one of from round to round, but since I only have one green and one red, I don't have to get rid of those, and I have 2 money, so I don't have to get rid of anything in between rounds as part of upkeep. So I'll go ahead and do my production. I get 4 more money, so let me get 4 yellow, 2, 3, 4. I will get 3 red, so I'll grab 2 from over here and then 1 more from the bag. I'll get 4 green, which is fantastic. Green can let me do extra actions, that's great. 3, 4, and then I will get 3 blue, which is exactly how many I have over here. So now we've done production, we're ready to move on to the board meeting step. So I will go ahead and have a board meeting right here and see what happens. Do we want to participate in a yearly practice tournament abroad? Well, let's see what our directors have to say. We rolled a 1, which means that yellow all the way. So for a yellow decision, let's see what happens. No, it's too expensive to fly the team there. Discard a tactic card. If you don't have one, place 1 suspension on any of your trainers. Ooh, that's not good at all. So I think I actually want to re-roll that. So this is one of those results that you can re-roll. It costs 1 red resource to re-roll something, but that was a really bad outcome. So let's re-roll it again and see what we get. A 2. Hopefully a 2 is better. Yeah, 2 is blue, which is not quite as bad. So 2 is 2 blue and 1 yellow, which means that the blue outcome wins. I actually have a pretty cool thing right here, though, as well. One of my directors, whenever the blue option is chosen, I actually gain 1 green resource, so that's good. That means I'll be able to take an extra action each turn this round if I want to. And now, instead of getting rid of a tactic card, which would be really bad for me, I get to resolve the blue option, which just says -1 euro, and I actually get to draw a tactic card, which is not bad at all. So I'll get rid of that euro over there, and I will draw 1 more tactic card. And let's see what I get. I'm just going to put it down here, and I can pick which one I want to use before the match. So this tactic card says... Oh, let's see. Gain 1 strength and place it on any player card. That's really good. So I have some pretty good tactics that I can use before each match. This one honestly is going to be ideal for me because it just says you can score a goal, and I think what I want to do very first, like right off the bat, is make sure that I can have enough stands to meet that tactic each game so that I can hopefully meet my objective of scoring 6 goals in a match. I think that would be a really cool thing. Hey, what's up, Ben? What's up, Eric and Ben? Yeah, we're playing more 11. I'm playing the solo scenario. We're 1 round in, and I haven't lost yet because it's impossible to do that in 1 round. All right, so we have just had our board meeting, and now we're ready to move into Tuesday. So one of the other actions that you can take during the game is you can actually invest in your stadium infrastructure. When you invest in your stadium infrastructure, it costs 3 euro, and you can buy any one of these tiles and upgrade the things in your stadium. You can add a 3rd ad board, so you can post more ads into your stadium. You can add extra stands, so you can fit more fans in the seats. You can upgrade your lights to kind of give your people a better view of the field. All of these things, and these upgrades will also give you in-game victory points. So anytime you see a little soccer ball inside of laurel leaves like that, that's the victory point symbol. So I think what I want to do is upgrade my stands. Now to do that, anytime you upgrade your infrastructure, you have to pay 3 euro to do that. You can also invest in this office track over here as part of an infrastructure action, and that costs more and more euro. But I don't want to do that just now until I can really start to get some money pouring in. So I think what I want to do is I want to upgrade my stands. That's going to cost me 3 euro, and it'll allow me to fill up my seats a little bit more to hopefully get my tactic card to resolve each match. And there's also a little bonus in the solo scenario, if I'm able to play at least 3 games in a sold-out stadium, having 4 stands with 4 fans in the seats, I get an extra 4 victory points at the end of the game, so I definitely want to do that. Yeah, it is launch day tomorrow, Ben. I'm actually super excited. That's why I'm hopefully getting some people to see how the game plays beforehand, and then see how the solo scenario works. Yeah, absolutely. After further review, absolutely. I'm really excited as well. I have a prototype version. It's not fully complete. It's missing the kind of the upkeep track. It's missing the office infrastructure investment things up here, but it is playable, and I've played it a couple of times physically, which is really cool. But the TTS mod that we have is more complete, so I've been playing that in my spare time. So I've upgraded my stands, and I think I actually do want to take an extra action. So the extra action that I want to take is, to take an extra action, you have to spend 2 green resources, like we said, and then you have to activate a card or a token, one of your infrastructure tokens. So I think I want to activate this card right here, my director, that says discard all staff cards from the display, draw 5 new staff cards and hire any of them. So I'm going to get rid of all of these staff cards, and then get 5 new ones and hire 1. Now, I'm hoping that there is going to be a staff card out there that costs 2 or less, because if not, I'm kind of out of luck. But as you can see, using that director's special ability, I can hire from all 5 instead of just the 3 right cards. Normally, you can only hire from the 3 right cards over here. But with that director's special ability, I can hire from all of them. Now, I think this is going to be a pretty easy choice, because I think I just want this steward, because she does some really great stuff for me. But I want to make sure that there's not somebody better. Oh man, these resource managers are really nice. This resource manager basically gives you a free action to roll to increase your stats, which is super powerful. But I actually can't afford her, so she'll come down the line where I can hire her later, which is going to be great. But I think I'm just going to go with Ronya here for a number of reasons. Number 1, I can afford this staff member. And number 2, she is going to increase my red production, which I need more and more red to fill up my stands and play in front of a packed house. So I'm going to do that. She increases my production by 1, and then if I have another steward, I gain 1 red resource. I don't just yet. My other staff member is a trainer. But I'm also working on getting some in-game points here, because the more staff of a particular color you collect, you gain points at the end of the game. So if I can get 2 more stewards, I'll have 3, which will give me 4 total victory points. And if I have 4 trainers at the end of the game, I'll get 5 total victory points. So that's pretty good. So that was my extra action for turn number 1. Now I have to get rid of 1 of my euro to pay for her, and I need to adjust my upkeep track right here. I now have 2 staff members, which will hopefully not be too bad on the upkeep side. I'll get some more sponsors and hopefully have some more money pouring in once I fill up my stands. Let's see. Oh, Chevy's here. What's up, Chevy? How's it going? Yeah, Chevy is going to have a complete version of the game with Game Crafter components shipped before Gen Con. So a complete copy will be at Gen Con, which is pretty fantastic, as well as some other really exciting games from Portal coming out fairly soon. All right, so second turn. I think I need some money. For my second turn. Because I would like to hire a player. Now I could hire a player and then train that player immediately if I just hired a youngster, a rookie. So instead of hiring some of these, oh sorry, I need to move these cards down. Instead of hiring some of these seasoned veterans, you can always hire the top rookie from the rookie deck. Now this would be Peterson, who is another defender. That's not necessarily super attractive to me right now because I want more strikers so that I can score 6 goals potentially. But yeah, so I think instead of doing that, I probably want to get some money. So to do that, I would need to probably take on a sponsor. So let's see what kind of sponsors I could get that would give me money. Oh man, it's a bummer. It's a bummer because if I've already used my t-shirt sponsor, which means that I'm not going to get to do the bonus action of the sponsor card and get money. I need to either get money or use the bonus action. So I could potentially hire another staff member, gain a tactic card, increase that by 1. Oh man, that would be really nice, but I don't have enough money for that. So I guess what I'll do, yeah, let me go ahead and just get a sponsor. So I'm going to get, I'm going to use portal cookies and just discard portal cookies for money. I'm just going to do a straight up megaphone sponsor to get 5 money. I guess, you know what I could do? I could do the ad board in the middle and get 3 money and 1 money production. That probably wouldn't be bad. This early in the game, it's probably good to do production. So I'll do that instead. So I'll fill up one of my 2 ad board spots, and instead of getting the bonus on the bottom of the card, since I'm doing it on the ad board, I'm going to go ahead and just get the money. So I'll get 3 euro and 1 euro production. So I should hopefully get lots of money each round very soon, and then I'll go ahead and put this under the board. Yes, maybe, no. No, come on. That's not working. Okay, I'll just leave it right there. So that's great. I'm going to need lots of money because as I start to have more upkeep costs, this will become problematic if I don't have plenty of money coming in each round. So that's my second action. I could use 2 more green resources to take a free action, but I don't really have any free actions that I can take right now, so I think I'm just going to move on to Thursday. So for my Thursday action, fresh off of a Portal payday, Portal just backed the money truck up to my stadium for being a sponsor, which is fantastic because everybody knows that Portal has a fleet of money trucks that they send out to all of the people that they sponsor, so that's pretty great. I think I'm going to hire another player. I really need to get another striker. So I've got 4 cash, 4 money bucks that I could spend, and I could get Nilsson and then immediately train Nilsson so that he could potentially have the ability to score an extra goal. I don't know. Does he have the ability to score? So when you flip players over, they sometimes lose their special abilities. So I could instead get Keita, and he could just be a stronger attacker. Nah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to risk it all and go for Nilsson and spend 1 euro to get him. And put him down here on my forward section right here. And then now number 10 is officially represented by Nilsson. And then I'm going to use my my last free action available to go ahead and I'll just put it over here so I don't have to draw from the bag later. Spend 2 green resources and then 1 blue resource to train a player, immediately train that player, and then put a blue from the supply onto that player. So does he keep a special ability? Yes, and it becomes cheaper. This is fantastic. Okay, great. So I get to put 1 blue resource on him, which means I can activate him. I can also activate his special ability and activate this player this match with the blue resources that I have. So that is fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, games are all about currency. Okay, cool. So I think that's everything that I want to do. I've done my special action. I'm ready for another match day. So let me reset the score here from last week. We crushed them. Let me see if we can do that one more time. So, and I think this is all going to work out really well. I'm going to fill up the stands with three levels of fan base, which is going to be great because that'll give me more money at the end of the match, and it'll allow me to activate my tactic card right here to score an extra goal. So I'm trying to work ever closer to getting my 6 goals in 1 match. So we'll see if we can do that. Now, let me make sure that I've updated my upkeep costs correctly. I've got 2 players, I've got 2 staff. Oh, I have 1 stadium upgrade. There we go. I need to make sure this is a new kind of thing that I always have to make sure I watch is the upkeep costs. Okay, cool. So now we're ready to kind of decide how we want to set up our players. I want to make sure that Nilsson is activated. I also want to activate his special ability, and then I want to activate Lewandowski right there. So I think we're good. Now let's see. We're playing against the Greytown Bulls, which it seems like a lot of teams are not that great in this league, which is good for me because I'm also not that great. So the Greytown Bulls, according to the press, is a contender for relegation, so they could be the first loser. No dangerous players, we have to defeat them. If we don't, it's pretty much an embarrassment. So, you know, it's pressure on me. They play a 4-4-2, which I'm set up as a 4-4-2 right now. I could just leave it that way and just straight up like try and, you know what, I'm gonna try and exploit some of their weakness a bit here. I'm gonna put some of my attackers where their players are not. So I'm gonna put number 7 down here on the wing, and I'm gonna put number 9 down here on the wing as well, to hopefully exploit their weakness in the defender boxes down here. Now that is risky because that only leaves 2 players in the midfield, and it means that most of my defenders, I have no defenders here, so we'll just see what happens. But hopefully this pans out well for me. We'll see. Now, after the opponent card is revealed, so I'm ready to, I've put fans in the stands, I'm ready to go here. So I will go ahead and flip over my opponent card. After the opponent card is revealed, if I have 3 or more fans in my stands, I get to score a goal, which is fantastic. That happens. Now, okay, so this kind of worked out because most of their players, a lot of their players are defenders. So it kind of worked out to put a lot of my people down in the bottom box, but the top is a little bit jumbled here. So 2 versus 2, or number 2 versus number 1 right here. Nobody scores there. In the middle, I've got 2 attackers. Now, one of them is a 2, which just straight up gets blocked by the right defender. Now, when I asked about this in our Discord group, they said that you can pick the pairing how you want to. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to pick Lewandowski, or Nilsson, number 10, to go against their strength 1 defender, which means I would win because I have a strength of 2, which will let me score a goal. Then I've also activated his ability to score 1 goal. This other guy gets blocked by their strength 2 defender. In the right box, I've got a strength 1 defender against their strength 1 attacker. Nothing happens there. In the left box, I've got a strength 1 against their strength 1. Nothing happens there. In the middle here, they've got 1 attacker, 1 defender. Their strength of 1 for their defender doesn't meet up to my strength 3 for Lewandowski here, so I score 1 more goal. And then they also score a goal because they've got an undefended attacker there. Nothing happens on the right wing. Bottom left wing, I score a goal. This is going to work out. This is fantastic. This is going to work out. In the middle, they've got a defender with a strength of 2, which blocks my guy. But on the right wing, we both score a goal, and that means, everybody, that I have met my objective. I've scored 6 goals in a game, and in addition, I've won the game. Whoop, wrong button. I've won the game, which means that I actually have gotten a perfect maniac goal completion in round 2, which is fantastic. So I'm able to get 4 extra victory points at the end of the game because I've completed my objective, which is pretty awesome. Okay, cool. So now that the match is over, I'm going to go ahead and resolve the consequence die. A 4 in a win is not that bad. I don't have anything to re-roll it, so it's not like I'm going to try anyway, but that's a lot better than it could have been. And I will get rid of all of these fans. They will pay me as they leave, which is kind of a weird system. Normally they pay when they walk in the door, but that's okay. So they will pay me 3 more bucks, and then I'm going to go ahead and check and make sure I don't have to pay any upkeep costs, which I don't just yet, but if I get 1 more stadium upgrade, I will have to. And then now we can go ahead and clear off these players and resolve our standings on the standings board over here. So this week I played the Greytown Bulls, which means that they have, unfortunately for them, lost. So let's see here, Greytown, I'll go ahead and move my thing off the board just till we get everybody else resolved. So this team, we'll go ahead and roll for them. They rolled a win, so 1, 2, 3. The Greytown Bulls lost, and they actually get flipped over because we played them this week, so they will stay right there. Blue will roll a draw. Next red team, let's see, red rolls a lot of wins, so yeah, 1, 2, 3. Green, Dafton, they rolled a draw. Middleham, oh, come on, that wasn't even a roll. They rolled a draw. The Kings, there we go. That was another draw. The next team, SFC, we don't roll because they are flipped over. We just flip them back over. So next round, we'll get to roll for them. Greytown stays where they are. I move 1, 2, 3 spaces. So I'm not last, at least, which is great. I'm tied for the lead, which is fantastic. Kind of last upkeep step, we'll get rid of all of the right cards in the display here. I forgot to fill in one of my guys. No big deal. We'll clean up this display. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. And we will move on to the next round. So I've already completed my goal in round 2, which is pretty fantastic. Now the next goals I want to work on, I want to try and work on investing in my office track as much as possible, because the office track gets you a whole lot of points at the end of the game, and then I want to try to fill up my stands if at all possible, because that's another way to get 4 extra victory points at the end of the game. And I'm starting to get lots of money each round, so hopefully I'll be able to do this while I still don't have too many upkeep costs. So we'll see if that can happen. So next round, we're starting off with Monday again, and first things first, we get to produce. So I get 5 money, lots of money, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get 5 green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I need 1 more green. And then 4 red. So I've increased my red just a little bit, but I would like to increase my red to where I could fill out my stands and then re-roll a little bit every round if at all possible. That would be pretty fantastic. And I need to increase blue as well. So I need to increase all my stats. I need everything, which is great. It's always good when you need all the things. Okay, cool. So now that that's happened, we're going to resolve the next board meeting. So let's see what happens there. Gotta love board meetings. They are fantastic. Megacorp, a meeting with Megacorp. Our sponsor wants our team to play against their clients. Should we do such a thing? The scandal. I have to say, these board meeting events are a lot better than they used to be. They're a lot more interesting. Let's see what our directors have to say. We've rolled a 6, which is red all the way. What is our red option here? No. Sponsors shouldn't have that much influence. Lose a sponsor and pay back its effects if possible. Oh, man. Oh, bummer. Okay. So the alternative, man, that's pretty bad. Because if I lost Portal as a sponsor here, I would have to pay back €3 and lose €1 production. That's not great. So I think what I'm going to do is lose 1 red resource and re-roll that and hope that I do not get another 6. A 5. All right, 5 is blue, which is great for a number of reasons. Whenever the blue option is chosen, I gain a green resource, which I've got bukus of green resources, but that's okay. More importantly, the blue option is chosen, which is not great, but it's not as bad as the other option, because I get 1 money, and unfortunately I have to put a suspension marker on one of my players. I think I'm going to put a suspension marker on Lewandowski because his ability is a bit more expensive to activate. And hopefully I'll be able to hire another player during this round, but we'll see. So that's happened, and now we're into Tuesday. Good grief. What am I going to do? I could start off by hiring a staff member to hopefully hire some players. Let's see here. Hire any player from the display. Place 1 temporary fire on this card. The scout would be pretty good. Tactician's not bad. Or that resource manager. She is super, super good. Oh, man. Okay, what should I do? I think I'm going to hire the scout, old Tom Gravy. Tom Gravy is, he's pretty good. Or I could get rid of the 5 staff and hire somebody else with my director's ability. That's also a possibility. I could hire 1 more player. Now, I've already met my objective, so I don't necessarily have to focus on strikers as much, although I really do like strikers. They're good. But I could get Gonzalez. He's pretty good. Oh, man. Okay. What I'll do is I will first hire a player, and then I will use Actually, I could invest in infrastructure and then use my special ability to hire staff for my director. So I'll do that instead. So I'm going to do another infrastructure action. Pay 3 money, put my stands out there, so I have to increase my stadium by 1, which means I'm now paying upkeep costs, which is not great. So the board of directors stays put for the entire game. And yeah, it is super interesting for me because this little mini game, so my favorite thematic tie-ins are the directors making the board meeting decision each round and you like influencing them. So like thematically, that red resource cube is you going and saying, hey, you know, trying to sway the directors to change their mind. All of the stadium infrastructure where you can put t-shirts on your as your sponsors and have different ad boards. I love that, and like you can fill up the stands and create more money for yourself and more kind of momentum during the game. And then the little soccer mini match, the football mini match at the end of the game is super fun. I love all of that. Other than that, this is really like kind of a resource management engine building game that leads to a mini game of soccer at the end of each week, which is pretty fantastic. Ooh, a board meeting that adds a 4th director. I haven't seen that one. Okay, so I've done the infrastructure action, and then as an extra freebie action, I'm going to spend these 2 green. I say freebie, I have to spend 2 green resources and money to do this. I'm going to discard all of the staff from the display. And you're supposed to only be able to use this once per round, so I guess I'll rotate that lady to let me know I've used her. Get rid of all of these people, and then I can hire 1 more staff member. I'm looking for another person that gives me a red resource, which I guarantee you I'm not going to have. Good grief. Okay, hire any player from the display for 1 less is pretty great. Sorry. Sell any player, then you can spend, ooh, that's not bad. So that would be good if I'm selling youngsters. Hire a youngster, train a youngster. That's not bad. Honestly, out of all of these people, this is the one I wanted. Another steward, but I didn't get her. So I think I'm going to hire Duke Lington, the scout, that says I can hire any player from the display for €1 less, which is going to be pretty fantastic because I can, these trainer cards, scout cards, staff card is the word I was looking for, allow you to basically take free actions by spending green resources. So if you can get a special action that you can activate with green resources as a freebie action, you kind of get to take 2 actions per turn, which is why these guys are great. These guys and gals are really great. So as my first action, I went ahead and did an infrastructure action to get more stands, and I got another staff member, so now my staff is up 1 more level. And then I could, as my second action, do more infrastructure and then hire a player with this guy to hopefully start pumping into that office track. We'll see. Oh, man. Sorry, I keep ducking down out of frame. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to do an infrastructure action, and instead of building more onto my stadium, I'm going to start to climb up on this office track. Now, I'm assuming, and this is probably a question from, oh, you're going to pay for that hire. Good call. I didn't pay my €1. Good call. So I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in my next turn. So I'm thinking that you may have to answer this question, chat friends. This probably counts against my infrastructure track, right? So now technically, since I've upgraded the office, I should have 3. I'm guessing. I'm going to play it that way. So since I've gone into this track, I will go ahead and have 3. So I'm probably going to max this out pretty quickly, but that's okay because I'm going to have dividends from that. I'm not cheating, Ben. Come on. I'm going to lose. It's okay. I need every bit of help I can get. All right. So after that action, I'm going to spend 2 more green cubes to take another freebie action and activate this guy to hire any player for 1 resource less. So I will hire somebody really good. Let me put these people down. That's my understanding. Okay, cool. Yeah, me too. That would make sense. Oh, sorry. I think I want to hire think I want to hire a defender. I think I want to go for Gonzalez. I really like Gonzalez. He's got a lot of heart. He's a great defender. He's a great defender in the backfield there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get him. And he would only cost 1 with my discount since I'm hiring him with my scout. So I'll put him down here. Number 3 will become a superstar defender. He was already a defender, but now he'll become a good defender. And then I'll go ahead and he is exhausted, and I'll pay my €1 for hiring that guy. And that's my freebie action. That was actually Wednesday's action. Now I'm into Thursday. Staff cards and player cards. Ooh. Okay. So then maybe I don't have to pay to increase that. Or maybe I don't have to track those. We'll see. So I'm going to play it on hard mode. You don't think the office is counted. Okay. Then I will not do that. Okay, so I've done those 2 actions. So my last action, I'm going to... I don't think I need any more money for now. I think I'll be able to pay my upkeep costs. I've got an upkeep cost of 1, 2, I think. Nope, just 1. So I could honestly invest more in the infrastructure here to try and get some more in-game points and have enough left over. That seems pretty good. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 5 and invest in my office track some more. So 5 money, invest in my office track. And then I'm going to spend as my last action, train a player, then place the 1 person on that player. So I'm going to spend a blue resource to train a player, and I'm just going to put it right on him because yeah, he just becomes a better defender without a bad option, and he's activated for that action as well. So that's pretty good. I'll spend my 2 green resources to take that extra action, and that is all for this round. So I'm into the next round's match. So I definitely, man, I needed to get 1 more red. I didn't even think about that. That's what I needed to do. I needed to get 1 more red so that I can play 3 matches in filled out stadium and filled out seats. It's okay. I'll do that next round. Hopefully, I'll increase my red production because I do want that extra 4 victory points at the end of the game for doing that. I'm going to go ahead and fill out 3 of my 4 stands, and then I'm going to activate this player. I will go ahead and rotate this person to get rid of their suspension token. So this person was suspended for a week, which sucks. They won't be activated. So instead of having this person out there, I'm going to sub in number 8. Number 8 was a defender, so I'll have 1 more defender, kind of a more even. I think it'll be 5 and 5 again. And okay, let's read the scouting report. Let's see what happens. This team is known for scoring many goals. Okay, great. I'm glad I can sub in that defender. But they lack good defenders. We have to make use of that. Watch especially the left wing 3-4-3. Okay, so the question is, are they going to do something crazy like the last team did and have 2 players down here like that? I could just load up the middle and then 3-4-3. 2 attackers in the midfield. I definitely want to activate this guy's ability. I have 3 people in the stand, so I can get my tactic card to activate, and then I've got hopefully 3 out of the 4 attackers down here to take advantage of their 3 with a high strength defender. Maybe it'll work out. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, the goal. There needs to be a goalkeeper expansion to this to like make it actually make sense as 11. Okay, and I think I'm ready after that. I think I've loaded up everything I want to. So let's see what happens here. Up top, we've got nothing, nothing. Then we've got 2v1, 1v1 strength-wise. So I've got 1 for that. And then I score an extra goal for his ability. Also, when I revealed this card, I have 3 people in my stand, so I'll get to score 1 more goal. Right side, nothing happens. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. Oh crap. Okay, so in the middle, my defender will block his 1 attacker, and then on the right wing, he scores. It's real bad. Then down in the middle, bottom left, I score 1, which is good. Then in the middle, he scores 1, I block 1, and I score 1. And then bottom right, we both score 1, so that was a high-scoring game, but at least I won, so that's great. Okay, so that's fantastic. So let's go ahead and roll. I saw a lot of attackers down there, and I panicked for a second. So let's go ahead and roll the consequence die. See what I rolled. A 3. Oh, bummer. Okay. So when you roll this consequence die, to see who gets injured, you have to roll a d10. So out of my players, number 9 gets injured. Do I have a number 9? Come on. 10 and 3. No. Woohoo! Nobody gets injured. That's fantastic. Okay, so the consequence die was not good, and I didn't have a red to re-roll it, but I lucked out because of the d10 roll. Okay, so that's been done. Now I get 3 money for these 3 fans in the seats. That's awesome. Need all the money I can get, cause infrastructure. And then I have to pay my upkeep costs, so I've got a cost of 1. That's all right now. So these go away. And then now we resolve the board here. I need to just set my camera angle. Hold on just a second here. What is it? Camera mode. Nope, hold on, save camera 1, control 1, and then it's shift 1 to do. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how this works as opposed to Tabletopia. All right, so first things first, I won my match and I played, who did I play? I played Middleham. So Middleham doesn't move whenever we come up to them, wherever they are. They're over here somewhere. We'll go ahead and roll for downtown. So let's see here, roll. They get a draw. We roll for BFC. They got a win, 1, 2, 3. Cornhole United. They got a draw. Greytown flips over. Blacktown, we see here, they roll. Draw. Middleham, so they get flipped. Let's see here, we'll roll for Dafton. Gotta re-roll the first lose. Roll. Haha! Nothing. Alright, flip. And then finally we'll roll for blue. Draw. Fantastic. Alright, so then I'll move my 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm in the lead. Oh yeah. Alright. Now let me go ahead and save this other camera angle, and that way I won't have to rotate all the time. Let's see here. It's Control 2. Alright, sweet. So let's clean up the board a little bit. These guys get discarded. These guys move down. And we're ready for the next round. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling like I might do this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling like I can invest in that office track, get a whole bunch of points that way, maybe focus on my staff, set collect a little bit to prepare for in-game points. See what happens there. Okay, so that's done. Now we're into the next round. All these people get reset. And we're moving on. We're moving on and see what happens. So first things first, I produce. I get 5 more euro. I get 4 red. That's awesome. I need to actually keep that 4 red if possible to make sure that I can fill my seats. I get 5 more green. Oh, sorry, that's... Nope, that was 5. And then 3 blue. 1, 2, 3 blue. Clear this guy off. All right, board meeting time. Let's see what happens. The players demand a raise. They think they earn it. I love the first option on this is no. All right, let's see what the directors think. 4 is a tie. Rare tie. Let's re-roll, see what we get. 1 is yellow. No. 1's yellow all across the board, which is just a straight up no. Hard pass. During this round, you have to pay 3 strength to play a tactic card. Place 1 token below the match board as a reminder. So I'm going to place a health token to say, oh my goodness, need help to play this tactic card. Oh, the Moloch team, get out of my life. Get out of my life, Moloch. Okay, sorry, that should go there. Back to Monday. Okay, so I have to pay a bunch of strength to do a tactic card, which means I'm probably not going to do a tactic card this round, which hopefully will be okay, unless I play against like the Monstars or something and they just destroy my very being. But I should be okay. We'll see. So now we're into Tuesday. And I want to, I've got four red markers here, but I kind of want to increase my blue and my red production if I can do that. So let's see if I can do that. I could use this guy to hire a player. What I really need to do is hire a staff member. So I might actually need some more money this round. I could take a sponsor and potentially get some more money. And since I don't really care, I'll gain 2 and increase that by 2. That's pretty nice, but I don't really need extra green. Ooh, gain a point for each stadium infrastructure. Holy cow. So that if we're not counting that, that would only be 2, but still 2 points is not nothing. That's pretty nice. Dang, that's a good bonus. Or instead of increasing money, you can increase any other stat. Pretty cool. So I guess if that's a t-shirt sponsor, that would be pretty sweet. If you get the bonus and the money increase. Okay, so I think I may just go ahead and take this as an ad board sponsor, get 5 money, and then use that money to potentially, so nope, not that, 3, 4, 5, and then go ahead and use my director's ability to discard the staff and hire a new staff member with my newfound money and hopefully increase my red stat by 1. So get rid of all these 5. These will become my new draw deck. And let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's see what I get here. Hopefully a steward. Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. No, not a steward. Although I did get somebody who can just increase fitness and give me more fitness during the round. So that's probably my pick there. Yeah, that's my pick. Okay, so he costs 2, so I'm gonna go ahead and hire him. And now he is my extra fitness trainer there. So I'm not set collecting too well currently, but it's okay. I'm getting some good people, so I have to pay €2 for him. His bonus just says increase blue by 1, which will be great. And then I can use him to get 2 blue resources, which is pretty fantastic because this guy is no longer suspended. So that'll be pretty great. So I won't necessarily need a tactic card this round, hopefully, if I can utilize both of these guys' abilities. And I think as my, so that was my extra action, right? Yeah. Okay. So Wednesday, I've got some really good extra actions to use now, so I've got good stuff. Okay, I think I want to upgrade my infrastructure again, so I'm going to pay 5 more to upgrade to this level. I definitely want to max out this track as quickly as I can. And then as an extra action, I think I want to spend my 2 green resources, which I don't think I spent my 2 green resources last time to activate that other lady, so I need to spend those 2. And then 2 more to activate this guy to just get 2 blue resources, because I think that's pretty great. So 1 and 2. That guy is awesome. I had him in my last play last week against David. Let's see here. So that's my Wednesday action. Thursday action, I think I want to, I could hire another player, but honestly, my team is working out pretty well. I'm a fan of my team so far. I could train a player, or I could, man, I wish I had another steward. Ah, she was in the discard pile. Dadgummit. Let's see, are there any... Oh, that's not bad at all. And if I don't use that action, it's going to go away. I would lose 2 points by not doing this. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and contract this sponsor for my second ad board sponsor right here. Nope. Down here. Look down here. There we go. You'll just be right there. And as a bonus, I gain 1 point for each stadium infrastructure in my stadium. So I'm going to go ahead and gain 2. Not those. Freebie bonus points there, which are great. I love extra points. Now, another way that you can get a lot of points in this game is by hiring and developing youngsters. The only deal is in the solo mode, you don't start with any players, so it's harder. You don't get a freebie youngster to start off with, and if you're just going to buy a player straight from the board, I always want to buy the veteran people because they're a bit better. So I don't know. The hiring and developing the youngsters track didn't seem as interesting in the first solo scenario, but maybe in scenario 2 or 3 or the ongoing scenarios it might be more of a focus. There is a bonus for training 3 youngsters in this game, so maybe if I just have nothing else that I want to do later on in the game, but I think for now I'm pretty happy with the path that I'm taking. So those are all my actions. I could do another freebie action. I could just hire any player, pay 1 less for that. You know what? I could get a free youngster. Why not, right? I could, oh man, a free youngster. You know what? Now that I'm talking about it, I've talked myself into that. I'm going to hire a free youngster. So I'll spend 2 to activate this guy, hire any player from the display for €1 less. Let me just make sure that there's nobody, that like Ibrahimovic isn't just hanging out, sitting on a bench waiting to put me in, coach. No, decrease by 2. Well, that's not bad actually, but I don't think there's anybody here that's so good. I'll go ahead and take one of my youngsters, because in this way maybe I could get 4 extra victory points at the end of the game. So the only bummer with this is that I've hired Peterson, so now number 2, my number 2 player down here needs to hang out in the defender zone because he's now like tied to a named player. But that's okay, because once I upgrade him, he'll get better strength, so he'll actually be a better player for me in the long run. I think I can live with that. So now that I've done that, we're on to match day. We're in the weekend, so I want to go ahead and activate all my players. I definitely want to activate this player and his special ability. I want to activate this player. Do I want to pay 2 for his special ability? Let's read the scouting report. Average team with no great ambitions, no big players. Do not underestimate the attacking midfielders, though. Okay. So 2 and 3. Oh man. I could move 4. I could move 5. Sorry, down to the midfield. So that might like. You know what? I think I'm gonna. They do a 4-4-2. So I think I'm gonna try and exploit just offense, just hardcore play offense, and try and outscore them and activate this guy's ability. So I'm not getting my free goal from my tactic card, and these 2 people down here are just base vanilla strength 1 people. But that's okay. I think this may work out. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to max out the stands, because I definitely want to meet my objective to get 4 extra points. So I still have enough time. I have 3 more games to do this, and I definitely want to do that. Let me recheck my thing and make sure. So staff, I have 4 staff now. I have 4 players, so I need to upgrade. Oh my gosh, I missed a second player. So I have 4 players, and then I still have 2 stadium upgrades. So I think I'm good on my upkeep. And I think I'm ready to go. So I've activated my players, I've got my people in my stands. Let's see what happens. Yikes. All right, for attacker versus attacker, we both score a goal. 2 attackers versus 2 defenders, and they have a strength 2 defender. Wow, they blocked my stuff hardcore up here. So I have 1 goal from this guy's ability, and all of the rest of these people get blocked. In the middle here, I've got 1 attacker, 1 defender. He's my really strong attacker, so he outshoots their defender, and then their attacker outshoots my defender, so we both score a goal here, but I score 1 extra goal because of my midfielder's ability. On the right side, we both score a goal. And then on the bottom, they've got 1 defender, 1 attacker for 1 goal. Man, that was actually really close. So 5-4, I was able to scrape out a victory there. Let's see what my consequence die says. Yes, 5. Fantastic. All right. That increased my fan base, which is really great. I've been needing that to happen, so that's amazing. And then, let's see here. I will get 4 euro for my fans in the stands, which is great, and then I need to pay all my upkeep. So my upkeep, I've got 1, 2, 3 that I have to pay, 3 euro. And then that's pretty much it. Right, I've rolled the consequence die. This goes away. And now I can go ahead and resolve the league standings here. So I played against, who was it? Downtown United. Let's see here. So Downtown United. Move myself down here for a little bit. Well, I was at 9. I need to remember I was at 9. Go ahead and roll for BFC first. They got a win. 1, 2, 3. Downtown United just flips over. They didn't get a win. Blue lost, but I need to re-roll the first lose, so they got a draw. Green, re-roll the lose, lost again. Bulls, they won. 1, 2, 3. They just they just flip. Sorry. And then Dafton, re-roll the lose. They lost again. And then SFC. Let's see what happens with SFC. Re-roll the lose and a draw. Okay, sweet. So then my team, I want to go 1, 2, 3. Still in the lead. Fantastic. So that is that. Let me clear off my peeps and reset my people and see what else happens. So I've got 1 of the 4 sold out stadiums that I need. I don't know how I'm going to track that. I guess I'll track it by saying I'll put like a red cube on the rule book up here to track how many times I've done that. And then this person resets. Paid my upkeep. I think I'm good, right? Yeah. Okay. So next round. I'm in Monday. I need to produce. So I've got 5 more euro coming in. I've got 5 red. Holy crap, that's great. 5 red coming in. So now I might actually be able to re-roll some stuff without worrying about running out of red cubes. I've got 5 green cubes coming over, so I can take 3 full extra actions, which is great. And then 4 blue, which is better than I had. Not 5, 4. There we go. Great, I've got all kinds of cubes. Love the cubes. Board meeting, let's see what happens on the board meeting day. Coach, your coach has an urgent family matter to attend to. What now? What system should we play? Holy cow. All right, this is just everybody scrambling. A 2. What happens with 2? Blue gets resolved. So I keep forgetting this. I should activate when the blue feature is chosen, gain 1 green. And then what does blue say? We will use the current system. Place a suspension on your trainer. Next match, play the same system as the last time. So one of my trainers, I guess, oh man, as a fitness trainer, what a bummer. Okay, so instead of getting 2 blue, I guess I'll place it on him. Man, that sucks. My trainers are really good. They have good actions. And I have to play the same system as last time. So I have to play a 4-4-2. Interesting. And I'm playing against a 4-2-4. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay. So that's been done. Now we're on to Tuesday. So what do I want to do? I think I want to start set collecting. I want to start seeing if I can train 3 youngsters, because if I can train 3 youngsters, then I'm able to get like the max bonus points at the end of the game. So I could use this guy to hire somebody again, and I also want to start set collecting some of my trainers. I was trying to increase my red production, but now since I've got some good kind of consequence rolls, I think I actually want to maybe see if I can get some blue production from my trainers, and I see lots of blue up here. So gain a tactic card. Nope. Gain a tactic card. Do that. Remove that. No. I think I want to use my my director's special ability to clear off and gain another staff member. But what do I want to do in the meantime? I could just go ahead and finish off my last infrastructure right here. That would be pretty good. I could do that, and let me see if there's any sponsors that would be worth. Gain any 3 resources. That's not bad. Spend up to 3. Gain. Oh, that one's really good. Spend up to 3. Gain 3 points. That's one I want. So I will eventually want to get a 3rd ad board so that I can get this bonus. But I might need to wait till next round to do that because I can't buy from there right now. So what I could do is I could just invest in my last step of my infrastructure. So that would cost me €7, which is a whole lot. 5, 6, 7, because I still need to have enough to actually hire a trainer and potentially hire a player and pay upkeep, which I think I can do, hopefully, with my stands filling up. Okay, so I've done that. I've increased my last step, which is great because this office track scores all of the points added up. So I would score 6, 4, 3, and 2 for a total of 15, which is a whole lot of points at the end of the game. And then I'm going to spend 2 green resources to activate a bonus action for my director and do the old clear out the staff and hire a staff action, which is, I'm really liking that action this game. I'm using it a whole lot, which is fantastic. It's a really strong action, actually. And these directors were actually picked for me at the start of this solo scenario. It tells you which 3 specific directors to use. Hire any player from the display. When you hire a youngster, gain a heart. And now I'm thinking that I may want to hire some youngsters. Train or hire a youngster. Increase that. Oh man. Hire any player from the display, and when I think I'm going to pick this guy. That's not bad at all. And he's a scout, which I think I have 2 scouts now, so I can start to set collect a little bit. This guy's great. This is a really good one for me, I think. So I've hired him, which costs 1 as my special action, and then I'm going to go ahead and as my next action, what to do. Hire any player for 1 less, so I can hire a free youngster. I could go ahead and I have 3 more money to spend. I could go ahead and invest in my infrastructure again to maybe get some more in-game points. There are some of these cards that just give you straight up bonuses and in-game points. And then there are some cards that also give you free actions that you can take. Spend 2 hearts to gain a money, 1 money to gain a strength. But the points are really more what I'm interested in. I would love to train this youngster. But I don't have anybody that can train them because this guy's suspended. Dang it. I honestly feel like I need to hire somebody that can train a youngster. Train or hire a youngster. I think I've got to do that. So I'm going to spend 3 more. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my my maintenance track. So I now have 5 staff. 3, 4, 5, and I'm about to get another one because I'm going to spend 3. And I'm running out of money here, but I think it's okay. I think I can hopefully get enough money at the end of the round. Youngster trainer, is there anybody that's better than that? Okay, no, I don't think so. And now I've also got 2 trainers, so I'm going to get 2 points for that set collection at the end of the game, which is pretty good. I have to upgrade this now because I have 6 staff, so I'm getting closer to maxing out my staff. But I can go ahead and spend my 2 extra action things here to, nope, sorry, go away, to just activate him immediately and train my youngster here. So I train this youngster, and this is actually fantastic because now that I've trained him, anytime I activate him in a game, he'll start to pile up some points, and I can sell him later in the game to get more victory points. And I've trained one of my 3 youngsters, so I think I'm going to track that by doing a blue cube every time I train a youngster. So I'm working towards 2 different in-game objectives. And then final thing here, I feel like I just need money. Either money, or I could activate, let's see here, hire any player from the display. Oh, and when you hire a youngster, gain a heart. Okay. Man, honestly, I feel like I just kind of want to activate 2 cards. So I'm going to activate this guy's card to gain 2 blue resources. And then I'm going to spend 2 green resources to activate this guy's card that says hire any player from the display for 1 less, which is going to allow me to hire a youngster for free, which is pretty great. Now he's number 3, which means that I've now got 2 people as number 3, which is okay because I can pick which one I want to activate each round, but I do need to upgrade my player count or update my player count. I'm now at 5 players. And when I hire a youngster, I gain a heart. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So I'm now in match day, and I think I can't change my scheme, right? Because I have that limitation because my coach is just gone. I do want to fill up my stands, which is going to give me 1 more tick towards that in-game bonus of 3 sold-out games. And I can't really change my scheme. I guess I could shift my players around as long as I'm staying in the 4-4-2. But honestly, without knowing much about this team, probably the best defenders in the league, we have to focus on attacking near the sidelines, which I'm already kind of doing, although I guess I could shift this guy to the edge based on what they were saying. And I am going to have my tactic card this round, and I want to pick who I want to activate. So I want to activate this guy. I want to activate this guy because he's a strong attacker, and then I think I want to activate these 2 guys, which would leave me with not enough blue to activate this guy's special ability, which is okay, I guess. That's okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and got my fans loaded up. I think I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal, see what happens. Top left, 4 is a 1, so that guy gets blocked because he's a 1 versus a 2. 2 defenders in the middle. Nielsen is a strength 2, and it's 2 and 3, so they both get blocked. But this guy does have his special ability to score a goal, and after the card is revealed, I can use this tactic to get 1 more goal. So I got 2 goals just from abilities. These special abilities are so huge in the game. 1 versus 1, we both score a goal. Nope, not 2 goals, 1 goal. Then we go down to the middle. I score a goal here. 2 and 2. Just 2 defenders, and both of them are a strength 1, so they actually score there because his 2 outshoots my 1. This guy is undefended, so he scores a goal. And then down on the bottom, holy cow, they score a goal on the left wing. Do they score a goal in the middle? No, they do not score a goal in the middle because because a strength of 1 gets blocked by both my defenders down there, so nothing happens there, but they do score a goal on the wing down here. So once again, a very close game, 5-4, but I'm able to squeeze out a victory. And since this guy completed a game, these youngsters, once they're trained, some of them have experience points right here. So if he completes a match, he gets 1 victory point, and if he scores a goal, I think is what the rulebook said, is what those cleats mean, he would get 2 victory points. But and Ben and Chevy, maybe y'all know the answer to this. How can this guy score a goal? Am I just misunderstanding the victory point symbol from the bottom bit there for him? Anyway, since he completed a match, I get to put 1 victory point on his card, so that's great. And then I will go ahead and roll the consequence die to see what happens. Since I got a win. A 3 is no good, and I say no thanks. I will re-roll that now that I actually have some extra red to work with. 6 is much better. Increase my red production. That's fantastic. And then, let's see, I need to pay my upkeep costs, and I get money from the stands. So I get 4 euro. So I now have 6, which is good because I'm starting to get expensive. So I have to pay 1, 2, 3 euro back. Yeah, he's a defender, right? So how would he score a goal is my question. Maybe if he stops a goal? Maybe if he like defends a goal, he gets 2 points. I think the rulebook says though if he scores a goal. So maybe that's just going to be updated as they go. So I've done all that, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the standings. Who else was I playing here? I was playing against Cornfield United. So Cornfield, well, red. We'll roll for red first. I have to re-roll the first loss. Oh well, that was kind of a botched roll, but oh well. Downtown United, they just flip. Greytown, nope, not flip. Roll. The draw there. Cornfield just flips because they lost. Blackston. Draw. Blue rolls 1. Draw. Green. Draw, and then Dafton final roll. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's that. Nope, didn't want to do that. I wanted to, oh no, I got rid of my camera view 1. I'll go do this again. All right, so we're into the next round. Let's see here. I'm feeling like I'm gonna do okay. I'm feeling like I'm doing okay as like getting the objectives met. Right, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so the old rules, so this is probably, so as I stated at the start of the video, some of these things might change. The way the rule book describes these youngsters is on the top, if they complete a game, they get 1 victory point. That's what that whistle means. On the bottom, if they score a goal, they get 2 victory points in a game. So you can train these youngsters and develop them, and if they do good things in the games, they will earn victory points. Used to, in the old version of the game, you could flip and pick which side a player, whether they were an attacker or a defender, whether they were a soccer ball or a shield. Now the player card dictates which side. So that's one of those things that will probably change as part of the development in the Gamefound campaign. All right, cool. So starting off, we'll produce. I'm going to get 5 money. I'm actually kind of, money's getting a little tight here with the upkeep phase. I can definitely see what Ben was talking about here, that money starts to become a problem. So let's see here. 5, 6 red. Now I've got all the red in the world. All the red I'll ever need. There we go. And then 4 blue. Let me just get that off of these players. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one goes away. Now, I want to... Oh, okay. It's only once that he can get you a victory point. I thought that piled up over the game, so that's one thing I played incorrectly last time. That's good to know. Also, this guy, his suspension token should go away. I forgot to rotate him, but I definitely want to be able to use him this round, so he was suspended for a week, but now he's back. He's back, baby. All right. Also, I forgot as part of cleanup to get rid of the rightmost card, which means I actually need to shuffle these again. And get rid of the right row of cards here, which is great because there is a sponsorship card coming up that I really want to take advantage of because it'll allow you to get 3 victory points, and I think it's about to become available right here. Good charity. Yeah, this one's awesome. Okay, sweet. So this round I definitely know what I want to do. This round, I want to try and train one of these youngsters to get me towards the goal of 3 at the end of the game. I want to develop one more ad board space and then get this sponsor, Good Charity, to spend 3 money for 3 victory points. So all in all, I need 6 money to do that. And then I want to try and train a youngster. So I think I've got what I need to do, and then maybe potentially get some more money before the end of the round, before next match, to see what I can do. So starting off, I think I want to spend my €3 to do an infrastructure upgrade and get ad board number 3. Okay, so now that's going to put me up to 3 upgrades on my infrastructure board here, my stadium. And then as an extra action, I want to pay 2 green and train a youngster. Let's see, hiring player. Oh, this is the guy. Train a player. You can place 1 from the supply on this player card. So I definitely want to do that. I want to train this guy. Flip. All right, so he is now a strength 3 defender, which is pretty good, but it's not amazing compared to this guy. This guy's better, but he is better than this guy, and I could sell Peterson to get his victory points and then have a better defender, although they're the same number. Oh well. Anyway, so I've trained another youngster, which means that I've done 2 out of the 3 youngster trainings to get my extra points. That's fantastic. Action number 2. Oh, did I resolve a board meeting this round? I don't think I did. I did not resolve a board meeting. Sorry. I need to resolve a board meeting before I do all that. Our staff think they perform better when they have more colleagues to discuss things with. Shall we hire extra staff members? I mean, I wasn't planning on doing that, but you guys are the directors. You're obviously going to do what you want to do. Yellow is the winner there, which let's see what yellow. No. Whoa, by the way, do they really earn that much? Exhaust 3 staff members. Holy crap. Could I do that this round? I could exhaust 1, no problem. Hire any player. I would really like to hire a youngster. Hire any player from the display. When you hire a youngster, gain 1 heart. So I could do maybe like 1, 2, and then 3. I guess I could do that. And then since yellow is activated, I would get 1 money. Ooh, boy, that's tough. Okay, I'll do that, but that hurts. 1, 2. No, I don't want to exhaust that guy. 1, 2, because he's got a feature that should still trigger, and then 3. Yikes, that's tough. Covering the space, and you don't get those points unless you sell them. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, and this will be replayed on the channel later, so if you want to see how the game plays, you can watch it from the beginning later. And I talked through a little bit how to set up. And this is the solo scenario, so this isn't exactly the same as a normal game, but it's pretty close. Okay, sorry, I had to resolve that board meeting, and I do get 1 money because yellow was activated. So now I've done that, and I've already done my Tuesday action. Now I'm on Wednesday. So now that I've done my Tuesday action, I think I want to go ahead and hire this sponsor, Good Charity, and just use them as an ad board sponsor. So they're my last ad board sponsor, and I want to max out their bonus ability. Their bonus says I can spend up to €3 and gain one victory point for each euro that I spend. That is such a cool card. I love that ability because 3 points is a lot of points in this game. 1, 2, 3. I say it's a lot of points. 3 points is not nothing in this game. It's a decent amount. And then I do want to activate a special ability again. And I think I want to, let's see, I could just gain 2, or I could hire a free youngster, which I think I want to do both of these things, so it doesn't really matter which one I do, because I want to hire a third youngster so that I can train them. Ooh, nice. And then this guy is somebody that I could potentially activate, although I have to take somebody off the field. Bang Cole here. I would have to take somebody off the field to activate him, so I'll go ahead and I'll keep his jersey over here, but I don't know that I'm going to activate him during the match. Okay, Gen Con parking. Oh my gosh, man. Just thinking about Gen Con parking stresses me out. I do wish I was going, though. That would be a lot of fun to actually meet everybody. Okay, so I've done my Wednesday action. I want to do my Thursday action. I feel like getting some money would be pretty good. And you know what I could do to get some money? I could sell a player. That could be not that bad because... oh man, I'm not able to train my youngster this round. I can do it next round. So I'll sell this guy. When you sell a player as an action, you get €5 for doing that, which that's going to give me a little bit of money, which will hopefully be 2, 3, 4, 5, which will hopefully help me out a little bit. And it'll keep my player total the same, which I don't even think I updated that. Yeah, now I am at 5 again because I sold a player. And some of these youngsters and even veterans, depending on what happens in the game, can have victory points pile up on them. If you sell a player when they have victory points on them, you get the victory points on the card. So that's pretty awesome. He goes to the bottom of the stack. And I got my 5 money. So that's pretty great. And... okay, whatever. Leave that there. And then now I'm going to use my last 2 to do my last special action and get 2 blue resources. So let's see what happens here. We're in match day. Oh man, all right, so I want to activate this guy and use his special power. I want to activate this guy, and if I can use his special power, which I think I can this round, and still activate everybody. Yeah, I can. That's great. Okay, cool. But I put 2 on him, right? I thought I put 2 on him. Maybe I didn't. So I'm short 1. So I can only activate 2, which is fine because this guy is the same number. So I just want to activate this guy instead. I'll activate this guy, and then instead of, well, activating this guy really won't do anything for me. So I think I'm just going to leave this guy, and because he's a base strength of 1. Once I get him trained up, he might be better. But for now, I'm just going to leave it how it is. I definitely want to load up my stands. So I've got 4 people in the stands. And let's see what else I can do. Do my scouting report. Let's see. The training sessions of this coach aren't focused on fitness. Watch the striker. He will probably play in a better team soon. Watch which striker? I would question. I would ask. They play a 4-2-4. So I could try and work a mismatch here and just go 4 and then 4 in the middle to see if I can score some extra goals. So I'll try and do that and hope that they don't have a ton of strikers. Although if I'm going to do that, they typically have a lot of strikers. They typically have a lot of strikers on as forwards. So I may put my defenders down here and try and overload the middle if I can. So I'll put 9 down here and 4 down here, and I'll do a 2-4-4. Sure, 4-4-2, whatever. All right, sweet. I think I'll do that and try and work the mismatch in the middle. So this is a weird pyramid formation I've got going here. So let's see what happens. Flip and reveal. After revealing, I can, after I haven't used this tactic card once this entire game. This one's just so good. If you have 3 people in the stands, which I have 4, score 1 goal, and I've done my last full sold out game to get some extra bonus points. I think I'm gonna be able to do both these things before the end of the game. That's fantastic. All right, so looking in the middle, defender, nothing happens. I've got an attacker, number 10, with a strength of 2, which matches up, so they defend that, but he scores 1 extra goal because of his special ability. The other guy is undefended, so he will score a goal, but they will also score a goal for a total of 3-2. Nothing happens on the top right here. And then, like we were talking about, this is going to work out really well because in the middle, he's only got 2 people. They're both in the middle. And one of my guys is, oh man, I put my really strong guy on the left wing, so that's not going to work out as well as it could have. But in the middle, he blocks one of my shots, and then we both score 1. And then on the right wing, I score another one. Now, on the bottom here, as I was afraid of, he's got lots of really tough attackers on the bottom. So number 1 strength down here. Number 6 gets blocked by my base defender down here. Number 2 is just a base defender, so he's got 4 and 3 in the middle. So one of my defenders will block one of his shots, and then the other one will score, and then that's it. 6-3. That was pretty good. So you can start to see how, like, these scouting reports, a lot of attackers will come down in the bottom, like as their forwards. So you can kind of see a little bit how to plan against the other team, which is a lot of fun when it works out. Sometimes you just scout horribly and it doesn't work out, but that was pretty cool. Let's see what happens on the consequence die. A 1. No thanks. I will re-roll that. Having those red is so great. 5. That's a lot better. So we're at the point where my 5 is maxed out. So anytime you need to increase your stat but you can't, you just get a resource of what's shown here. So I would get €1 for maxing out that track again. And then I need to pay my upkeep. So first off, I'll get 4 money for having 4 people in the stands. And then I will need to pay my upkeep, which is going to be 2, 3, 4. And I've rolled my consequence die, so now we are going on to the league standings board. I was playing Dafton. So Dafton just flips because they didn't score or move, I guess. Wait, how is BFC ahead of me? We gotta fix that. Number 1. Is that true? Did I not move my last? I don't think I moved because it's been 1, 2, 3. That should be the score. I was wondering why I was behind. Okay. Roll for BFC. Draw of 1. Roll for red. Draw for 1. Roll for red again. They win. 1, 2, 3. And these people flip. Wait, I played Dafton? Did I play them 2 times in a row? No. Cornfield. Did I just already flip them and I forgot? Okay, well, they're flipped. Blue, I just flipped them, that's what it was. Okay, they roll 1. Green, 1, green. Draw of 1. Blue, draw of 1. And then I'm supposed to actually move 1, 2, 3. I think, right? Because I can max out at 24. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Steve. I'm assuming that's Steve. Blue shouldn't have moved 1. You flipped them. Which blue? Cornfield? I'll come back and fix that later. And then I've got, yeah, 2 more matches, so I should be able to max out on the board. So I think I'm right. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, cool. So now we're in the next round. These people all clear out. Refresh the things. These people clear out. So really at this point, I need to focus on training my last youngster and set collecting a bit for my staff members to like kind of maximize the points I can get. I feel like, because I've done some of the other stuff. I've maxed out some of my infrastructure. The one on 7, okay. 1 and 7 shouldn't have moved. My bad. So they just get flipped. All right, sweet. Thanks for catching that. Yeah, I feel like I should just kind of work on set collection a bit for my staff members and just try and win the rest of my matches to make sure that I don't fall behind. But I feel like if I do that, I probably am going to be okay. So I could do a couple things. First off, I need to produce. So I get 5. I've got tons of money to do stuff with, so I should be okay there. 6 red. Need 1 more red. I could get away to spend some, if I could get away to spend some red, that would be helpful. Maybe upgrade that infrastructure. 5 green. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to do one of my free actions. And then 4 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see you later, Chevy. Thanks for hanging out, man. Enjoy your win. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this will be a win. It's looking good. Okay, sweet. So we've done production. Let's do board meeting. See what happens. We call to order the random 3 people that this game has chosen. Your staff demand a raise. How presumptuous of them. Let's see what happens. Ah, come on. They probably deserve it. We're leading in the standings. Number 5 is blue, red, blue. Blue is the winner. No, we need to save it to contract better players, which I don't think is right. You have to spend an additional $1 every time I hire a staff member. You may decrease the up to 3 times to gain 2 for each. Honestly, out of those 3 options, golly, out of those 3 options, that's honestly kind of the best outcome, I think, because also the blue option will give me 1 green, which will allow me to do the 3 full extra actions. So I just have to pay an extra $1 every time I hire a staff this round, which is not ideal, but it's better than the alternative, I think. Okay, cool. So that's my board meeting. We're in Tuesday action. So what did I talk about wanting to do? I wanted to set collect a bit, get more staff members. I want to potentially buy more stadium infrastructure stuff to just get some extra freebie points. Like that right there would give me points. This right here would give me a point. So building these 2 would be ideal because that would give me 4 extra points. And also training this final youngster, I think, would be a good way to get some points. So first off, I'm going to build an infrastructure. I'm going to pay 3. Build a stadium infrastructure and go ahead and build the field upgrade to like mega turf or whatever that is. As a bonus, it gets me 2 blue cubes, which is fantastic. And then I'm going to activate my freebie action to train a player. So I'm spending a blue to train a player, but I'm just going to put that blue on a player to activate them. So let's see here. Now, this one says that I have to put the blue on the person that I train. So I'm risking a bit here because if I train this guy and he's not any good, he's okay, but he's not great. That's actually a bit of a, although it's fine. I mean, he's better than, yeah, he's better than nothing. So that's fine. I'll go ahead and activate him this round. And I've trained my last youngster. That's fantastic. So I now have met both of my in-game goals. And I was able to get some extra infrastructure, which means I need to upgrade I now have 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 infrastructure, so I'm paying 2 per round for my infrastructure now. And I didn't pay my 2 green to activate that guy, so I need to pay that. For my next action, I think I want to do some more infrastructure. Since I'm already in the green, I might as well, right? So activate this guy to get max stadium lights for 2 more in-game points and get 1 red bonus. And then freebie action, what do I want to do? Do I want to hire a staff to... I feel like I just want to hire more staff, train or hire a youngster, increase, or I could just get 2 more blue for this guy. That wouldn't be bad, but I think I actually want to activate this lady, discard all the staff cards, and hire somebody. Now, hiring a staff this round is going to cost me an extra $1. But that's okay. Because now I really just want to focus on getting the right color of staff, like a yellow, red, whatever, blue, to make sure I set collect a bit. So what do I need? Ideally, I've got 1 steward, so if I get another steward, I could get 2 victory points. I've got 2 trainers, so if I could get 3, I could get 3 victory points. If I could get a 3rd scout, that would get me 4 victory points from 2, so that's pretty good. Let's see here, I can hire any scout, and here's a scout. I think I'm going to go for that. He's going to cost €2 to hire, but that's okay. And now I have, how many staff? I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got 7 staff, so I'm 1 away from having max staff stuff going on here. And now my last action of the round. I think I'm okay on money. Oh, sorry, I should have spent my 2 green resources to activate that lady. So what should I do? Should I hire more staff members? This guy is another trainer, so I could get 3 out of the 4 trainers I would need. He's a youngster trainer. Gain a tactic card, remove an injury. I don't have any doctors yet, so I don't see that helping out much. And I don't know that I have another tactician. So I think getting a trainer might be the most helpful option. So I'd have to pay €3 for him. And now I have 4 trainers, which will hopefully give me what I need for the most victory points. And now I'm actually in the really expensive, so I've got 2, 4, 5 per round that I have to pay an upkeep, which is, and then, sorry, I'll activate 1 more person to get 2 more blue cubes, I guess, to make sure I can activate all my people, right? I can activate this guy, or I could train a youngster or hire, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I'm just going to get this guy to get 2 more blue cubes, which I think I'm probably going to waste some blue cubes this round, but that's okay. And let me make sure my stadium upgrade is right. I'm maxed out on stadium upgrades. Okay, I'm in match day. So what do we got? I want to activate this guy and his special ability. I want to activate this guy and his special ability. I want to activate this guy for sure. He's my all-star person. And then no name person here gets activated, extra, no number rather, blank jersey. So I'll get rid of 5 for today and switch him out. Same strength, so not a huge deal. And then what's their scouting report? The coach managed to bring a very focused and fit team on the pitch this season. Defense and wings are their specialty, and they're playing a 4-4-2. So 3 and blank jersey have to stay down here, and I think I want to push these people up to the front because they're playing 4, and I don't think I want to try and sneak extra damage, extra strength, and like do a mismatch. I think I want to try and match what they're doing and just maintain. Hopefully I can, with these 3 extra goals, I should be fine, right? We'll see. Want to load up the stands, want to get as many people in the stands as I can to minimize the loss of resources here. And then let's see. I think that's it. I think I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this card. Next to last match. First off, I've got somebody in the stand, 3 people in the stands, so I get a goal for that. I've got defender up left, does nothing. Strength of 3 defender against my strength of 2 attacker, which I do not score, but then I get a goal for the extra ability, and then 1 undefended attacker gets 1 more goal, and they also score a goal because I'm not defending them either. Defender versus defender does nothing. Lewandowski over here on the wing against their attacker, we both score a goal, but then Lewandowski scores a goal because of his ability. Then in the middle here, I've got, oh wow, they match up pretty well in the middle. They block both of these goals, and then we both score a goal on the wing. And then bottom here, oh my gosh. 1, 2, they sneak past both of my defenders because they went on the wing and I defended in the middle, so they almost beat me. Holy cow, that was really close, 6-5. Jeez. I will say these special abilities are massive in this game. Scoring the extra points for the tactic cards and your players' abilities, that is so huge in this game. Okay, cool. So let me roll the consequence die, and I have 5 rerolls now because I've got tons of red resources. So I can reroll to make sure I get something good. A 6 is another red, which is another euro. I think I'm fine with that. Just get another money. Then I get 4 more money for having all the fans in the seats. Things are looking good. Relegation, I don't think is going to happen here. Now I do have to pay upkeep, which is going to cost me, let's see here, 5, I believe. So I got to get rid of 5. Man, that upkeep does start to eat away at your cash for sure. I'm going into this next round with 3, and then I'm going to produce 5 more. So I mean, I'll have 8 euro, but still, it does start to eat away. And then that's that. So I was playing against the Blackstone Kings. So let's do our match board here. Blackstone flips, and they don't move. I'm going to go ahead and move myself here. 1, 2, 3, so I don't forget this time. And then we'll roll for BFC. Lose, but we have to re-roll the first lose roll. And they get a win. 1, 2, 3. Roll for Downton United. 1. Roll for the Grayton Bulls. 3, 1, 2, 3. Roll for blue. 1, 2, 3. Roll for these people, just flip. Roll for blue again. Draw for 1, and then roll for green. Reroll the first loss. Draw for 1, and those are the standings. All right, so these people get unexhausted. We're in our last round, and honestly, this one's probably going to go pretty quick because I kind of know I just want to do some things to try and max out points if I can. So let's get these players cleared off here. Paid our upkeep costs. We've done our stuff. I'm going to try and maybe get some upgrades in the stadium, get some extra points, and then maybe just set collect with staff members, honestly. Let's see what happens first. We'll produce, so I get 5. That I believe is 6, so let me change that up. This is 6 here, and then 5 there, and then let's see, 6 red, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, I've been keeping resources in between rounds. Holy cow, I think I've been cheating. I'm so sorry, everybody. You're supposed to go down to 1 resource each round. Holy cow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get 4 more blue, and 5 green. Moloch attacks. I know I didn't do that every round, but I feel like I had way too many resources the last couple of rounds. Maybe I forgot to go down to 1 a couple times. I'm sorry if I did. I don't think it would have changed things drastically, but it might have. Who knows? Okay, I've produced board meeting time. Last board meeting. Our open day promises to be a big success, but what should we focus on? Let's see. Opening day, eh? Our opening day at the end of the season is going to be a blue resolves, which is going to say a match against the second team. Place 1 on a chosen player card or flip it to the trained side. Holy cow. So I can increase the strength. You know what? This guy has tied so many times. I'm going to go ahead and increase his strength, and I believe they were saying place a permanent strength marker, but I don't know. I'm gonna make him a 3 because he's been like evenly matched against a whole lot of people. All right, so that happens, and now we're into Tuesday. So really, first things first, I think I want to just go ahead and upgrade my infrastructure again. To get, let's see, they're both 1 point, so, but I like this action a little bit better. So that brings my stadium infrastructure is maxed. And then I want to do the extra action, spend 2 green to do the also blue resolved, so I should have gotten an extra green resource. Maybe I already did that, who knows. I'm gonna resolve this lady's action here to hire staff members. Also, it looks like I didn't do the upkeep step, so sorry. Let me do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of this guy. Let me actually play by the rules. And then, after I do all of that, I'm going to get rid of all 5 of these and put out 5 new ones. So flip, reshuffle, and flip. So let's see who I can get to kind of max out the set collection. I've got my scouts grouped together here. I've got 3 trainers, so I could get 1 more trainer. Another steward, or a red person here. So I could, I've maxed out my I've maxed out my scouts, so I could go ahead and max out my trainers. Let me see if there's a trainer up here that I could grab. There is not a trainer. There's another steward. Sorry, there's another steward, or there's another scout, another red player, which is kind of the same. These guys would get me an extra money and another red, though. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I would have to pay €1 to get another steward here. So I'll go ahead and put this down here, put this guy right here, and I have to pay €1. And I've increased my staff. I think I'm going to be maxed out on, yeah, pretty much everybody. So that's that, and that's my extra action. Now I'm in Wednesday, so I'm actually kind of low on money. So I might need to do another quick, I guess I could sell a player to get 5. He doesn't have any victory points on him, but since he's really not doing anything, as opposed to Gonzalez, I could sell this guy. Which, I mean, that wouldn't really lower my, I guess it would. No, it wouldn't really lower my upkeep costs any, so I don't know why I would. I mean, really, I just need to hire more staff, right? Yep. Okay, I will get rid of this guy. And that gives me €5. 4, 5. And activate another special action to, I guess, get 2 more blue. that's my second action. And I think third action, I'm going to try and go get another staff member. If I could get a steward, that would be choice, because that would give me 2 more victory points. And I think there's another steward out there, so I will do that. I'm going to go ahead and hire this last steward. I'm supposed to increase. Actually, I was supposed to do that twice, so I should have 2 extra red, and I bumped twice for 2 more euro, because I hired another steward previously. So that, and then 2 more red, which is not the end of the world, but it's nice to have. And then now my staff is still mega maxed out. And then extra action, I could spend 2. Is there any extra action that would be like, I could train a player, or I could like hire, let's see, hire any player from the display and place 1 temporary fire on that card. That wouldn't be bad. I could do that. So I'll spend my 2 gray. Let's see if I can get somebody really good. See if I can get somebody really, really good. This guy has a pretty sweet ability. These guys both have some pretty nice abilities, 3 and 9, although I don't want to hire 3 because I've already got a 3. I don't have a 9, so I could hire 9 here. He would cost me 3. Yeah, I'll do that. He's a midfielder. And it cost me, yeah, 3, and then now I am... Oop, ba-doop, ba-doop. And then I actually didn't adjust my player thing, so that's kind of stayed the same. I've still got 5, it looks like. And that's it. Those are all of my actions. So now we're in our last match day. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to activate this guy, and I'm going to activate this guy with his special ability. I'm going to activate this guy with his special ability, and that will leave me 2 options. I can either activate my really strong defender, which I'm kind of leaning towards, or I could activate this guy's special ability, which is pretty nice. This would allow me to move my jersey marker to any defender zone. So basically I could sneak in somewhere else and score an extra goal, or I could just have my really strong defender down here. That's a tough call, actually. You know what? I think I've got enough goal scoring. I think I'm going to try and activate my strong defender down here, and then that way, hopefully this will work out. My last team is a 4-3-3. They start most actions on the left wing, so I need to try and defend the left wing if at all possible. So I'll put my strong defender over here on the left wing, keep somebody in the middle. 4-3-3. So they've got 4 up here, 3-3. I've got my left wing defender over here. I could, oh my gosh, this TTS mod, come on. Fine, you're up here. I could shift my defender over here a bit, I guess, but honestly, I think this is fine. I think this is okay. I do want to load up my stands. So I've got 4 people in the stands. And then let's flip. Let's see what happens. The finale, the final countdown. Oh, I guess their left wing is what that means. Crap. Okay, defender against defender, nothing happens. 2 attackers against the defenders. Now, I can pick the pairing. So I'm going to pick my pairing as my 3 against his 1, and then my 1 against his 1, which means I would score 2 goals, he would score 1, and I score an extra goal for this guy's ability, and after the card opponent was revealed, I have 3 people in the stand, so I have 1 more goal. So total of 4 goals there. It's fantastic. Defender against defender, nothing happens. Now, in the middle, he's got a 1 on the left against my 3 on the left, so my guy scores. Then my guy scores again because of his special ability. Then we've got 2 people in the middle, so I score 2 goals, which is like 7, 8. Holy cow. 7, 8. I'll stack cubes. 7, 8, and then he scores another one down here in the middle. Then he scores another one on the left, and I score another one on the left. Or the right, however you want to say it. Holy cow. What a scoring game. Then up in the middle, he's got his 1 versus my 1, which does nothing, and then he scores 1 more goal. So total 7, 8, 9 to 4. That was not a soccer game, that was a baseball game, for the love. Okay, so last match, I'll roll my consequence dice. 6, I get 1 more euro. That's great. I wouldn't have minded an injury there because I don't think it matters. And then final league standings. So I will do, let's see here. I score 3. Then I played, oh, I need to pay my upkeep costs as well. That's another thing. I played Brickton. I played BFC. So BFC doesn't move and they flip. That's fantastic because they were the closest person. Roll these. Red rolls a 3. 1, 2, 3. Red rolls 3. 1, 2, 3. Blue. Reroll the first loss. Loss again. Blackston just flips. Roll the green. Draw for 1. Roll the blue. Draw for 1. Roll the green 1 more time. Reroll the loss. You get a win. 1, 2, 3. And then those are the league standings. I think I did it. We will count up the points here in just a second. I do need to go and pay my upkeep costs right here. So I'm pretty much maxed out on everything except for players. So I pay 5. I think here. So there's 4 and 5. And then at the end of the game, I score up all my stuff here. So let's read the special scenarios, or the rules for the solo scenario. So if your team is relegated, you're fired. You lost the scenario. If you didn't reach the inexperienced level, you are fired. Otherwise, congratulations, proceed to scenario 2, which I haven't seen yet. But let's see what we scored. So at the end of the season, if you're at the bottom of the league, you're relegated. At the end of the season, if you were second to last of the league table, you have to play a playoff, which is not the case. So let's just score up our normal points. So I get all the points for this. So I've got 6 there. Let me get out my calculator. I've got 6 there. Plus I get 15 for this track, right? 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 15. Plus all of these is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus my set collection for my staff members. So I've got 3 of these for 4. I've got 3 stewards for 4, so 8. I've got 3 scouts for 3, so 11 for my staff. And then I've got the points for my league standing, and I think the league standing board, let me look at the rules. I think that's what, 12 points, 15 points. Let me look at the rule book really quickly. What is it? 15 points. All right, so plus 15, and I think my total is 54. I think that's everything. Which, let me make sure. Position on the league table, gain victory points, sets of staff cards, built stadium infrastructure, objective cards. I forgot my objective card for 4 more points, and the other 2 objectives that I did during the game. So plus 4, and then plus 8 because I did the extra things for the objectives here. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Everybody, I got 8 more points, which puts me at 66 points, which makes me a world-class manager. I did it, Mom. I'm a world-class manager. I finally achieved that in a board game. I achieved a good score in a board game playing against no competition in a not finished design. Yes! Anyway, hopefully that was helpful to see. That was much shorter than it took for my brother and I to play. It was a 3 or 4 hour game whenever we played multiplayer, just because we were kind of learning and things were going a little bit slower. It's always slower to play on TTS as well. But hopefully this video was helpful to let you see kind of how the gameplay is supposed to work. I'm probably missed a few things as I was playing. It's always hard for me to keep up with all the different phases as I'm talking and trying to winner at life. Exactly. It's always hard for me to kind of try and talk and upkeep phases and things at the same time. So if I missed a few steps here or there, I apologize, but hopefully you got a good idea of at least how the game is supposed to work. Like I said, some things will probably change. These youngster cards that allow you to score on a goal if they're a defender on the card, that's probably, there's going to be, different tweaks and things for situations like that. Wording will change and tweak as well as grammar and English is edited and things like that. So all kinds of stuff will probably change during the Gamefound campaign. But the exciting thing is that tomorrow, which is September 7th, when I'm recording this, the Gamefound campaign will go live. So if you get a chance, absolutely go and check that out when it goes live. And if this looks at all cool to you based on the types of games that you like, which this game is really, really right up my alley. By far my favorite sports-themed game that I've played, tabletop game that I've played. It's very crunchy, thinky, economic simulation, which is like all of the things that I love. If you like that, go and check out the Gamefound campaign tomorrow and give it a look. But if not, no worries. Like if this isn't your cup of tea, I totally get that. There's very little like player interaction in this game. So if you like the smacky attacky type games, this one's not going to be for you. But for Care Bears like me, this is choice. It's very nice. Yeah, and Ben will be in the comments, Dr. Robinson, he says. So if you want to go and check out this campaign, he'll be there helping you out as well. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. This will be posted later as well as a replay. I may edit it a bit down. I'm not sure. I may just let it replay as is so you can see all of the how to play discussions that I did at the start of the game as well. But thanks so much for hanging out, and then I will see y'all guys the next time I stream. I will stream more regularly once I get to my new house setup. I'm kind of in between houses right now, so my streaming setup is not ideal. But thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see y'all next